I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of videos I didn't think I'd make for my channel, but here we are. Hey guys, it's Skylar yet again, and also it's been a month since I've uploaded anything, pretty much. As you can tell by the title, I'm like drifting. This is fun. Like, I can't, the sloped floors in here just... Anyways, as you can tell by the title of this video, I want to discuss how I have failed my YouTube channel. Originally, it's been more of how my YouTube channel has failed, but in reality, the channel itself, it is getting views, people are commenting on things, whatnot, so the issue is more just me, the person behind the channel. And it's like, I really do enjoy making YouTube videos, but there is that demotivation factor when you see people succeeding who are barely doing anything. In some cases, they found this niche they fall into and they just run with it. And obviously my largest issue is I do variety content, which doesn't really work very well on YouTube unless you already have an established audience, and I clearly don't. I have never had more than 160 followers at any point in time in the last 8 years that I've been making YouTube. I hit 8 years in April. When I started my YouTube channel back in April 2015, I was a year out of college. I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know where I was going, I just needed some kind of creative outlet to distract myself from my shitty job at the time, which turned into another shitty job, which then turned into another shit. It's just like, you know, I'm stuck in that world. So it's like, you know, it's nice to be able to just make something that I can enjoy, I have full control over it, and if I don't like the end product, I can just get rid of it. Which is also the issue, is that consistency. I've never had consistency in my YouTube channel. And I'd say 90% of that issue of consistency comes from the fact that my living situation, I've never felt comfortable making videos unless I was home alone most of the time. So I started my channel with my parents, and I didn't want them to know I made YouTube videos. They still don't know, but I didn't want them to know I made YouTube videos because they would worry about strangers on the internet, you know, stranger danger. It's like, Mom, Dad, at that point in my mid-20s, I'm fine. I can handle myself. I know how not to dox myself to a certain extent. I mean, like, I've said where I live, like, state-wise, but I never said, like, city-wise where I live, so, you know. I never done places like I hang out, which is, like, you know, a very large tourist area anyway, so it's not hard to figure out where I am. I have video in there. And then when I lived with my previous roommate from this place, when I lived with her and her boyfriend, which was like just down the street from my parents, I still didn't feel comfortable making videos. It was a little easier because we were always in separate parts of the house, and it was a 3-floor townhouse, so you couldn't hear anything on the separate levels, so it wasn't very hard to handle that. It wasn't very hard to do that. And other than there, I did have like a filming room, because like my roommate, she had an art room, and then her boyfriend had its own like separate like music / bedroom area, and then they had their own bedroom. So they had 3 rooms themselves. I had my bedroom, and then I had the room directly next to it, which was supposed to be like a joint filming room, but then it just never turned into that, which was fine, because then it was just basically all my stuff in there, which is totally fine. The only thing that wasn't mine in there was a couch that I got left behind by my roommate, my ex-roommate's ex-roommate, and she's like, well, I'm gonna keep it, nothing wrong with it, so we kept the couch. It did go bye-bye though once we moved out. And then I moved in with someone from work, and I still didn't feel comfortable. And I would only film when they weren't home. And then that was a short-lived. I moved in like March of 2019, and then I moved out in August of 2019, so it was like 5 months that I lived there. Not even actually, no, I moved at the very, very end of March, so it was more like 4 months, April to August. And I only filmed when he wasn't home. And then I moved in here with my ex-roommate, and even then, like, you know, we didn't have much time before the pandemic started, and then the pandemic started, and we were just always home, and it was hard to film because we were both working from home, so I couldn't really film when she's working because we worked different schedules, and we were also had different days of the week off, so it was just like, I couldn't do much. It was hard. Because I was worried about her making noise, or if I was making noise there. And then now my current roommate, I still don't feel comfortable because even though when he moved in, he was very aware I do Twitch and I do YouTube and whatnot. He was like, oh, just let me know when you want to film. That way I don't like make a bunch of noise or something. And every time I try to film, he would make a bunch of noise. Like one time I want to film like just a relaxing morning with me, like I was gonna go to the ocean and I was gonna make breakfast and all this. And in the middle of me making breakfast, he just walks in and just starts making noise and then comes out. I was like, oh, I noticed you have your camera. To let you know, I'm gonna be like in the living room in a meeting making noise. And it's just like, so you can't just be in your bedroom while I'm trying to do something? No, you're gonna make a ton of noise, and if your bedroom, I'm not gonna hear it. So it's like, it's just really frustrating to live with people where it's like either you don't want them to hear your content or they know you're gonna make content and then they still make noise even though they tell you they're not going to make noise. It's so freaking frustrating. So that's where the consistency issue comes through. It's just like, I've never felt comfortable being able to film when I want to film, and then when I do want to film, I don't have any ideas, or I just don't have the motivation to film when I have time to film. And it's just like, so it's hard. It's like the consistency goes into motivation, which goes into content. And like, I'm a variety. Like I never really had a specific point of view. Like originally I was gonna do vlogs, and then at some point it turned into like baking videos, and then I had like some Yu-Gi-Oh card unboxings and unpackaging, pack opening, there we go. And then that died down. Then I had like some moving vlogs, and I've had like when my ex-roommate moved out, basically just left me to good luck. You know, I made some vlogs about that. And fucking flies. There's like flies in here. Like that's the other thing. It's like just shit happening in life. You know, I had 2 roommates just like get up and leave because they're like, you're the problem, but yet they leave and their lives just still fall apart. Weird how I'm clearly the problem if your lives are falling apart as soon as you leave anyways. But like, you know, this year I wanted to start a photography channel back at the beginning of the year. Then I delayed it until March, and then I delayed it till April, and then I delayed it till May, and then this month, June, when I'm filming this, I said I was gonna start in June, and then that's not gonna happen. It's like, I need to just do it. Because if I don't just do it, I'm never gonna do it. It's like working out. I was never consistent with it, but now I'm getting consistent again, where it's just like, I'm planning out the days, what I wanna do, when I need to do it, etc., and it's working. Although I had a bit of an unfortunate relapse of stress in life, so I started eating badly, and just, I'm a stress eater, so I eat whatever I can find when I get stressed out, which recently, the upstairs apartment above me is being worked on, but it was so screwed up, they had to like tear out floors and walls, and they replaced some floor joists and whatnot, and someone came through my bathroom ceiling, because I have like a drop ceiling, just so it's easy access to pipes. So I have a drop ceiling in my bathroom and in my kitchen, because the apartment above me is kitchen to kitchen and bathroom to bathroom. So it's just easier to get into the pipes and stuff. And they ripped up the floor upstairs above my bathroom, and someone like slipped and they fell through. They didn't like fall to like the ground, they just like, they fell through and had to like catch themselves like on the joist essentially. And so it knocked a bunch of tiles out. And at the same time, because they were replacing like rotten wood, a bunch of like broken wood just came down, and they got wood dust and everything, and it's just like, so I had a temporary skylight for like 2 days, and then I had all this wood dust and rotwood pieces and just everything all over my bathroom. Like literally the entire bathroom got covered. So I had to vacuum, I had to wipe down, I had to throw things out, like my toothbrush head, like I'm not gonna rinse that, we're just gonna throw that out. My toothbrush heads cost $30 fucking for a pack of 3, so $10 a piece. I had to get rid of 2 of them because it happened fucking twice. Because the second time, when they were putting down the new joists and the subfloor and stuff, all the banging caused more dust to come down, and it covered my bathroom a second fucking time within a week. So I had to get rid of another, just,
they ask you how
it's
you are, you just
like,
have to say that you're
I don't
fine.
know, I attract
You just can't get into it
bad
because they would
events.
never understand.
So like that kind of derailed me from having motivation to make YouTube, because I'm stressed out about my bathroom, and then it's like, I don't know. Like I want to do these content, I want to make content, but then just, I get stressed out from it. And then Another motivation issue is that because I have never seen actual growth with my channel, it's like, why bother making videos? I'm just gonna get like 3 views, But within that, part of the content creating issue I'm having is I have all this nice equipment. I don't really know how to use it to the best of my ability, but you don't need amazing quality to get views. There's so many people on YouTube, even now, who are just getting views like crazy, and they're just like showing their life on like their phone in some cases. Also, some people have amazing iPhone quality. I'm like, when I film my phone, it does not look that good. So like, props to y'all. But like, I have a wonderful camera, I have an amazing computer, and I really don't use it to the best of my ability. And it's just like, it's so many things: consistency, motivation, honestly, my own lack of knowledge. And it's like, I just want to succeed at something. So I feel like the only thing I've truly ever succeeded at is just like finishing school. Like, I haven't really succeeded at a whole lot in life, which is why I started YouTube, because I feel like it's something I could succeed at, because it's just like, I could just be me. I don't need to put on a front like I'm at work, where it's like, I mean, even where I work now, they're like, be yourself, we want you to be yourself. But if you're yourself, then they just can't handle it. Like, I've been in my current role for 4 years because all the interviews I do, they're like, we really liked you and we think you're really personable, but like, blah, 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 blah. Because the way I conducted the interview, like, I tried to be funny. It didn't really work. It just goes over their head, because my current company takes things really at face value, which I get that's corporate America. So it's like that constant rejection at work then carries over to personal life, because you're just like, it feels like you're not going anywhere, you're not accomplishing anything. I just had a high school reunion this month where people come in, and there's definitely some people I graduate with who are in the same boat as I am. They're trying to figure out where they want to go, what they want to do, and that feels good to see. But then there's other people who are wildly successful. They moved out of our home state, they're living on their own, they're doing things, they're traveling, they're experiencing life, and I'm like, I haven't traveled in so long, I have debt to worry about, I can't live on my own because I just genuinely can't afford it. It's just, it's stressful. But what I can afford to do is I can afford YouTube, I can afford Twitch. Because the student loan pause, I was able to buy all this equipment that is more than enough to do what I want to do. And that if I were to expand, it would be because I'm, growing an audience to support me. Wow. Like, I had a whole list of what I wanted to go through, but I'm just kind of spitting out. This is going to be very stream of consciousness. I will do some jump cuts where I'm just like babbling to some extent. So it's like, I have these ideas, I have that motivation, I just need to do it. And that's my other issue. I have commitment issues when it comes to online content. Because I'm just so worried that I see so many people who do so well with less than I have, but then I can't match it. Which I know, don't compare yourself to others, because if you compare yourself to others, you're never going to reach your potential, which falls back into consistency, is that I feel like the content I made or filmed wasn't good enough to go into editing, to go into uploading. So it's hard, which is why I have failed my YouTube channel. Like, my channel's there, I have videos that are thriving, like my workbench in my kitchen that I built, the IKEA one, that still gets views daily. And I think that's at like 25,000 views or something after 4 years. That's like just this random thing. I just wanted to film it on my channel. I didn't think I'd get 25,000 views, and people would once in a while be like, oh, how's it holding up? Or how much weight does each shelf hold in this and that? Or like, what do you keep on the shelves? So I did like the update video, which I think that's at like 7,000 or 10,000 or something views at this point. Just for me, like literally sitting on it and jiggling to show how much sway it has and how it's held up and how I can sit on it and it's literally fine, It's just weird things. I have, when I got my Bronco, because it was brand new at the time, that has a bunch of views of me just being so disorganized of explaining my experience with it so far. Like, the things I didn't think would get views, got views. But the problem is I can't replicate those things because I just did them on a whim, which maybe that's what I need to do, just do things on a whim. But then it's also why I want to make a specific photography channel. So that's exactly what it is. People go there are gonna get that because that's what they want to see. And then this channel can remain variety, and it will go where it goes. Because in reality, this is gonna sound terrible. Did at one point I want to make YouTube to make money? Yes. However, I know for a fact I personally would not be able to survive off of content creation unless I was like the iJustines of the world or something, where I have guaranteed income in a sense, from sponsorships left and right. Because I don't think I could give up my 9 to 5. I have amazing benefits that would be so hard to get elsewhere. Like, content creation isn't gonna give me paid time off because I make my money from the content, you know? And then you gotta worry about private health insurance and your retirement, this and that's. Like, I have to do all those on my own, where right now my employer does all that for me. I just gotta elect how much I'm put into it every paycheck, you know? So like, I need content creation as a way for me to just kind of document my life. Because I've kind of realized that like, I have all this content over 8 years of me just documenting my life that I can look back on when I'm older, assuming I continue to move like the files to you know, newer and newer drives as like ports and stuff get updated and whatnot. Like right now, all my important stuff is on solid state drives, so that way less chance of the drive just breaking from just movement as time goes on. And that's kind of how I have to keep looking at it. It's documenting my life that I can look back on and say, hey, I got to do this. Like, going to VidCon in 2016 was a highlight for me. I did a terrible job of documenting it, but I enjoyed it. I went in 2017, but I went by myself, and I didn't enjoy it as much. I got scared because I was alone, and people were constantly approaching me who were like, oh, come join like my network. Back when networks were a thing, where you basically sold your soul for money. And I'm like, yeah, nah. And I also got like homesick. And then the same year, I tried to travel to like New York again, got homesick. Actually, no, that was the following year. That was 2018 that I got homesick in New York. Whew, that was bad. I was like, that's what I need to do. I have failed my channel, but it doesn't mean that I can't keep pushing to do more. And, you know, if I can hit, let's just say, before YouTube implodes, if I can even just hit 1,000 subscribers and just like reach that milestone before YouTube implodes on itself, I'll be happy with that, I think, because that's an accomplishment. Even just getting 160 individual people at some point in time, I think it's like 159 right now, but at one point I have 160, to willingly subscribe to me is still an accomplishment. That's 160 people that I don't know that said yes. So hey, that's something. And I hope with my photography channel, once I finally push myself to do it, that I can at least get views. If I don't get, you know, subscribers, like whatever, if I just get views knowing people are watching that content, that'd be great. Because I have some things planned and I should just do it. And, you know, then it also gives me more than just editing. Because like, I can edit photos, so I get to enjoy that aspect. And I can document in photo my life too. So it gives me like 2 things to look back on in life. But yeah. See you guys back here on YouTube, you know, for on Twitch, and yeah, see ya.